Sorry. Hi, everyone, and welcome to our live concert with composer Andrew Lynch. My name is Shana Schlossberg. I'm the managing director for the Catastrophic Theater, and I am joined by Jessica Green, who is the artistic director of the Houston Cinema Art Society. We have co-presented a recording of Catastrophic's 2018 production of Hannah Porter's Leap and the Net Will Appear. It was a world premiere and it featured original music by our lovely composer, Andrew Lynch, who we are so excited to introduce you to today. I am going to kick it over to Jessica now so she can talk a little bit about the Houston Cinema Art Society.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Shana. I'm so excited, and we're so excited to be partnering with you guys again on this incredible program and this amazing play, Leap and the Net Will Appear, which I absolutely love and just think it's so incredibly well written, and it was so beautifully staged and so beautifully directed, and the performances were incredible, and the music rocks. And we're so excited that Andrew Lynch is doing this like bespoke, beautiful, intimate concert, multimedia experience. You guys are in for a treat. It's going to be really amazing. So we're so happy to be partnering with you, and we're looking forward to doing a lot more stuff with the incredible Catastrophic Theater Company, which is an amazing Houston. I am the artistic director of the Houston Cinema Arts Society, and we are gearing up for the Houston Cinema Arts Festival, which starts on November 12th. We're really excited. It's going to be a virtual festival. We're putting together a lot of really exciting programming. And we've been doing programming throughout the summer and are now starting to share a lot of our greatest hits on our website. And there's a lot of amazing conversations and Q&As and performances that have taken place, virtual programming throughout the summer. It's all at cinemexhtx.org, so please check it out. We also are going to be, due to the hurricane tropical storm that just happened, rescheduling an incredible Q&A with Sheila Lynch, the director of Shizember. So check back around that. We're going to be doing that in September with Sheila Lynch, who's an amazing director. She also directed Free Angela. She's also an Academy voter. So I'm not going to say anything else. I'm just really psyched to watch Andrew do his thing. And thank you so much. And thanks for joining us. And get your questions ready for Andrew after his concert. Yay.
Yes. Thank you for mentioning that. I will be monitoring the chat, so please do feel free as soon as we start to just start dropping your questions in there for Andrew, and I will send them off to him. I would just also like to mention that if you are able to make a donation to the Catastrophic Theater at this time, we would greatly appreciate it. That helps us pay the beautiful artists who are continuing to create work and bring us all so much joy and creativity at this time. So please do consider doing that. I'll drop a link in the chat as well. So I am now going to introduce our wonderful performer today. So Andrew Lynch. Andrew Lynch is a composer, performer, and sound designer. Recent projects include a new musical adaptation of Elektra with director Juliana Kleist-Mendez at the University of California, San Diego, Calafia at Liberty with the Wetsuit Collective at the La Jolla Playhouse's 2019 WOW Festival, and Leap and the Net Will Appear, presented by the Catastrophic Theater, and also New George's in New York. We might have our friends from New George's on here today. If so, say hello to us. And he is a co-founder of the Brooklyn art space Cloud City and co-artistic director of the physical theater company Three Sticks. Andrew, take it away.
Whoa, what an introduction. That's amazing.
I'm going to hide my video for now. Yes, okay.
Just first make sure people can hear the words I'm saying.
Okay, sure. Let's test that.
But I think everybody can.
Let's see.
Everybody can hear the words coming out of my mouth into the microphone.
Can everyone hear Andrew okay? Let's see. I'm not getting any complaints, so I think that's a good sign.
We're going to assume things are good. Well, it's so wonderful to be here with all of you. I am here in beautiful Southern California, in La Jolla, inside of this James Turrell exhibit sort of thing. It's, this is my little music studio out here, and I'm gonna play some songs. I'm gonna alternate between songs that are from Leap and Then It Will Appear, and some other songs from other things. And I'll talk a little bit about them. This first song, let's just get started right away. This first song is from Leap and Then It Will Appear. The song is called Margie. This is the song that opens the show. So I thought that the song should open the show. Here we go. Margie, oh Margie, Margie, oh Margie. Margie is visualizing lions running through a savannah. The lions run with limitless grace, and they attack a herd of grazing gazelles. A smaller, weaker gazelle bounds away, only to be attacked by the female lions. The lions drag the carcass back to the males, and they eat magnificently. Margie imagines herself covered with blood, tearing at the hot flesh again and again. Oh Margie, oh Margie. So that's the first.
Woohoo! Thanks. Yeah, I'm just gonna pop in every now and then so you don't feel so alone, if that's okay. So that was beautiful. And lots of people showing their love on the chat right now.
Fun.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Okay. So I'm wondering what the process was like, creating with Hannah. Were the lyrics to these songs set, or did you, kind of take her words and finesse them? Like, what was that collaboration like?
Yeah. So I had met Hannah through, we had a lot of mutual friends and had seen and admired each other's work. And she was working on this play. And I think it had been, developed in a bunch of different workshop settings. And she had these blocks of text that were attributed to Margie's Heart.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, she didn't know exactly what that meant. And
okay.
somewheres along the way in development, somebody said, well, maybe these are songs. And then so she approached me and asked me about writing songs. And this is for, we did a workshop at Playwrights Horizons. This is maybe, 3-4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, something like that. And so we did a few of them that way. And I just took the text as it was. Something I really liked about them was that they weren't necessarily written as songs. They weren't like rhymed and metered. They didn't have like verses and choruses. They were just kind of like blocks of text that were exploring the inner emotional landscape of the character of Margie. And so that's kind of how I treated them. I said, we're just going to let them take us where they take us.
Mm-hmm.
So I really enjoyed that. So I didn't change the beautiful lyrics are all
got it. Yeah.
Hannah, and they were so fun to work with.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Question number 1 answered. I'll let you go on to the next.
Sure. Well, so next I'm going to kind of alternate, was sort of my plan, between songs from Leap and then songs from something else. So the next song that I was going to do, let's just see, what song am I going to do? The next song I was going to sing for you is a song called Blood Red Moon. Maybe I was thinking, because this last song about Margie, she imagines herself as a lion tearing flesh off of these animals, and that made me think of the song Blood Red Moon. Blood Red Moon I wrote up in upstate New York. I was at the Freight Residency, and Julian Crouch, who's an amazing visual designer and director and theater maker, was at the residency, and he was working in a gazebo further up the mountainside, and I went up to visit him, and he's just a lovely person and interesting, and he was just painting, pictures, and he'd covered the ground in the gazebo with just, I mean, like 50 paintings that he had done. And he said he was just kind of like cleaning his pipes. He just wanted to like make very quickly. And I just asked him if I could hang out with him for a little bit and take in his work, and he said I could. And then I just sitting there, you know, being a human, we're kind of story machines. So seeing all these pictures that he was drawing, I started imagining a story and a world that accompanied these pictures. And then I wrote a song inspired by his work. So this is Blood Red Moon. The village is starving, they sharpen their knives and dream of the next flesh they'll swallow. But here by my window, beneath this blood-red moon, it's more than my belly that's hollow. Oh, every bird that flutters and every beast that bounds is promptly dipped in butter till no more can be found. And when the butcher's block is empty, the hunt begins anew for something we can stab and slice and chew. And I wanna know, and is there something I can eat without destruction? And I wanna know, and is there somewhere I can live that isn't death? And I wanna know, and why the hunger that I feel is always growing. Oh no. And even as the blood is dripping down my chin, they say to never bite the hand that feeds you, and no one else has ever made a fuss. But something tasted different in tonight's stew, and I fear the hand that feeds was one of us. And if every beast that lumbers and every man that crawls is just another number on the butcher's bloody walls, then maybe satisfaction has reached too steep a price, and mine will be the next corpse on the ice. 'Cause I wanna know, and is there something I can eat without the stomach? And I wanna know, and is there somewhere I can live that isn't death? I wanna know why the hunger that I feel is always growing. Oh no, even as the blood is dripping, yeah, I feel the blood that's dripping, yeah, I see the blood that's covering my head.
Woohoo!
There's that.
That is beautiful.
Thank you, thank you.
I feel like entranced.
I'd be curious to show people the collection of pictures that I was inspired by.
Right. What was the name of the artist again?
Julian Crouch.
Julian Crouch.
Julian Crouch, yeah, really.
I'll
really
drop that in the chat for everyone. What was their response to this song?
Well, yeah, it was funny because he was getting ready to direct another show, and so he was, like I say, he was just making things to make things, just to kind of clean out his system. So he wasn't thinking that there was a linear story in his pictures or any kind of of world. He wasn't thinking about it that way. So it was interesting to him. He's like, oh, you saw all that in what I was doing? I was just kind of making things up. He was just kind of improvising and trying not to think too hard about what he was doing. So
Right.
I think he was intrigued by what he saw. I hope he was.
Has he incorporated it in any way into that work that he was?
I don't think so, but what I wanted to, because then he went on and worked on his other show that had nothing to do with those images. But I was thinking I would love to make a piece with him someday that was like took that seed and saw what it would grow into. So maybe one day we'll get there.
Sure. I'm going away.
I like these visits. It's very nice. Let's go back to Leap for a minute. So we did Margie. We're gonna do another song from Leap. This song I call Baguette. Try and fix my light there. In this song, Margie Margie eats a baguette. Let's let the song speak for itself. Maybe I can talk more about it afterwards. Margie eats a baguette while drinking coffee. We're listening to Italian opera while staring at paintings by French impressionists. She's trying to feel something. She's trying to feel something. She eats baguette wildly while drinking coffee, maniacally while staring at paintings like magic eye pictures that will one day reveal themselves. Hermenia reaches a height of pure violence, and she imagines herself as a lion, prowling around the savannah, ripping out the throat of her husband, who is a gazelle, who chews too slowly. That song's fun for me to sing. I like, somebody described the music once as angular, and that song in particular feels sort of like we go this way for a second, and then it just moves in interesting directions, which I think is mostly because of Hannah's beautiful lyric.
It does have an edge to it. I have some questions for you.
Question away.
Questions from the chat. When did you first begin composing songs, and how often?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you so well in the wind or something. Hello? I can't hear you right now. Are other people experiencing that as well? It might, maybe a thought like, ooh, that loud wind will fix that loud wind or something. You can drop the questions in the chat. That would work too. That's okay with me. Yeah. I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to drop it in the chat just in case I go out again. Yeah. But when did you first begin composing songs, and are you often inspired by paintings?
Great questions. You mean the songs for Leap, I assume?
I think my interpretation was that it was general. When did you first begin composing songs? But let's see if maybe there's some clarification in the chat. Sorry,
I could talk about both.
Why not talk about both? Let's do that.
So I started playing music. I took piano lessons when I was a little kid. Like it was a rule in my house that I had to take some instrument as a little kid. But I did what my mom made me do. But then I was like, okay, I'm done, and I quit after a couple of years or something, 2 or 3 years. But then a few years later, I don't know what happened, but I got interested myself, and then I was like, no, Mom, I want those. Now I want the music lessons myself. And then it was totally different, So I play piano, I play guitar. I've started playing cello in the last few years, which has been really fun.
Whoa.
And a handful of other things. I've got some like drums and bass guitar and mandolin and these kind of things around here.
And you played the guitar as well. Wasn't it the guitar?
I wish I had a guitar once upon a time, and I traded it for a mountain bike when I was a teenager. And
seems fair.
I think it was at the time I needed wheels. I needed to be able to transport myself, but I'm still sad about it. It was a really cool guitar, and I know the guy Ryan Schreiber has the guitar still. And I don't have the bike, so who won that deal? Yeah.
Know you then. Didn't know you then.
But so I've been writing songs for a long time, and then playing with rock bands and other things. But then I started working with theater artists, and I really enjoyed that. Actually, when I was living in Minneapolis, I met my partner, my wife, Katie Melby, who had just come back from London, where she was studying physical theater, and I started working with them, and then that appealed to me. It felt more like being in a rock band to me, like devising did. So
right.
I liked that. So I kind of became. That's how I started writing songs for theater or performance or whatever you call this. James Turrell installation piece.
It's an Andrew Lynch experience. I don't know. I think
it's kind of. I like seeing you, Shayna, because otherwise I'm like, I don't know that I'm talking to anybody right now.
I know. I sense that, and I would not like. But there are a lot of people here with us.
Great.
Asking questions, and I have a few sitting in reserve, so I'll let you go on to the next song. Is that okay?
Let's do another song.
Oh wait, I feel. Did we answer all of that question? Oh, are you often inspired by paintings?
Often is an interesting word. I am very inspired by paintings and visual work, so I like working that way. It's probably not the way I most often work, but I really do like it.
Okay.
Yeah, who doesn't like that? Beautiful thing. This, the fact that this reminds me of James Turrell is because I went to Mass MoCA last summer and saw a real James Turrell there, and Mass MoCA is just awesome and full of inspiration.
I've always wanted to go. Okay,
Highly
off I go.
Okay, so this next song I'm gonna do, speaking of inspiration, so this wasn't inspired by a painting. This was inspired by, I was hanging out with my buddies up in Maine, and we would play this game of Keep It Up with this giant, big red ball that we bought at, like, I don't know, Walmart or the dollar store or whatever for like, $1 or $2. Those big red balls you can like kick around. And we would play Keep It Up with it in this field across from the house that we were staying in. And I think that's what inspired this song. So we'll do this. It's all possible, though improbable, like the new blue coat of paint on the worn out sign, or the field across the street where I like to run, my body in the grass, the fire of the sun, the dirt on my skin, red blood begins to run in the yellow sun. Take me out and spin me round, I'm ready to fly. Take me out and spin me round, I'm ready to fly. Ready or not, I'm ready, ready or not, I wanna fly forever. Ready or not, I'm ready, ready or not, I wanna be your dream. I wanna be in your bloodstream. I wanna be in your blue-green, red blood dream. Around to fly. Take me out and send me high. I'm ready to fly. Ready or not, I'm ready, ready or not, I wanna fly forever. Ready or not, I'm ready, ready or not, I wanna be your dream. I wanna be in your bloodstream. I wanna be in your blue, green, red blood dream. Oh, take me out and spin me round, I'm ready. Oh, take me out and send me high, I'm ready. Oh, take me out and spin me round, I'm ready. Oh, take me out. Oh, take me out. Oh, take me out. And then you play Keep It
Lovely.
Up. Maybe you're, I think,
Andrew, can you hear me?
yeah, you were frozen for a second, but I think you're back now.
Zoom. Okay. I do want to, that was lovely. And a little steamy, I must say.
A little steamy?
Yeah. So I do have a question in the chat that I want to get to.
Yeah.
The question is, could you talk a bit about how you and the brilliant Hannah Porter approached your collaboration together?
I would be happy to. That's a good question because, well, like you say, so when she first approached me, she had chunks of text that she didn't know how they would be staged ever, and then we said, well, maybe we'll try them as songs, and then I went away and brought back proposals for what they might be, and I think that first round we felt pretty good about what came back, but then as we further developed the piece, we looked into adding songs in more places, and I'm going to do one of those songs in a minute, where it was taking a piece of text that had been like a monologue, a character's monologue, or something that wasn't specifically Margie's Heart, and turning that into a song, and that was its own kind of process, you know. Yeah, and and then there's some subtle kind of like differences in the tone of the text because they were coming from a different inspiration point from Hannah's perspective.
Right. Thank you.
Of course. I'm gonna play a little piano now.
Great.
Let's see, what are we doing first? Yeah. We're gonna do Before Speech. This is a little ditty. Try to fix the light here. This is from Leap in the Net Will Appear. It's called Before Speech. Margie is thinking back to a time before speech, before memory. There were no choices. There was nothing to be sorry about. What was it that she forgot? Her keys. Margie is simultaneously in bed and also by a deep pool, looking at herself. Margie looks and looks. The deep pool becomes her eyes. Her eyes are now a well of forgetting. Wishes get lost in them, and no one knows why.
It's taking me back. Taking me back.
Yeah, that song always takes me back too.
Love those. Love
And
them
that
all.
was pretty early on. That was from the original round of development. That was a Margie's Heart song.
That was a Margie's Heart. Okay.
Do we have another question? Or am I just jumping in?
We do, if you don't mind, unless you're in the groove and we can save it for later.
Let me do one more and then we'll do.
Yeah, go for it. Okay.
This next one I need to set up a little bit because, well, this song was, I was working with a composer out here, Michael Roth, who's an amazing composer, and he had given us a film to score that was a documentary footage of a meeting of the American Nazi Party in 1939. This is a real thing. There's a whole documentary about it. There was a group of, and it happens in Madison Square Garden. And you can watch footage of this. I'm sure you can find it on the YouTubes or whatever. And it's a full-scale political rally in America right before World War II. And it's the American Nazi Party. And they fill up Madison Square Garden. And there were, riots in the streets outside and everything. But you can't help but watch this piece of footage without thinking about the moment we live in now. So this song is not to get too political, but this song was inspired by that. And so maybe that's enough to say about it for...
I'm ready. I am ready.
So here we go. This song is called Great Again. Oh, now I am a real American, bleed red, white, and blue. I ride them pretty horses like the Gipper used to do. I've seen and done some things, but all I really wanna do is make my country great again. No, now I ain't much for charity or the PTA. I've been to that Tea Party, but I've got other things to say. I'll give you a lump or two to turn the clock to yesterday. Just make my country great again. No, you snowflakes just can't stand the fire that's in my heart. For Jesus Christ in Washington, for Smith and Wesson's art. You say I'm brittle, but you're brittler. Can't stand a few Heil Hitlers. Oh, now I'm a real American, bleed red, white, and blue. The trouble here ain't me, so it's gotta be with you. Maybe I'll feed you to my pigs, 'cause all I really wanna do is make my country great, and then it will be my country once again when I make my country great again.
Yeah, that really captures it.
Did I set it up all right?
You did. You definitely did. Yeah, I just can't help but think about, it's like that jazzy bluesy sound is so American, and like its origins are it's this country.
I did not to take us down that rabbit hole. I didn't mean to.
No, we're not. I'm going to go to this question. So Tamri is on here, and she asked, were you always planning to perform in the productions and Leap in the Net will appear?
Yeah, that's a great question. At the beginning, I had no idea. I just didn't know what the kind of like tone of the piece would be. So like for that first workshop, I wrote the songs and I performed them in the workshop, but I think I didn't know, and I don't think we as a team knew exactly how that would be handled. But then as we continued to work on it, they let me stay in the show, which I was happy to do. I thought I liked performing in the show. I also like that kind of, that, what would you say, that device of having like a musical narrator. I think like I was just thinking about this the other day, like in Steve Zissou, which is, I think, one of the underrated Wes Anderson movies. I'm a fan of Steve Zissou. And there's a kind of a musical balladeer who follows them around.
Yep.
And I just like the vibe. I like what he does for the movie, you know?
Yeah.
So I like seeing that. So so I was happy to do it, and I think it's cool. But I don't know about other. And I like that it also.
You loved it.
Pushes against like some kind of like more traditional musical theater kind of conventions. It's a little different, which I think is all to the good.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, there was this little, you were this little trickster kind of popping in and out. I have a question about from Amy Bruce about this last song. So with something like that song, what comes first in your process? I imagine it differs.
Yeah, great question. Well, that one, she's talking about Great Again, maybe, or any of them.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that one, like I said, because I had been given like a piece of film to kind of look at and be inspired by, that's where I started. And then, and also, Michael Roth, the guy who gave me the film to score to, has worked with Randy Newman as his like music director, and so I was thinking about, you know, if it was kind of an homage for me to like to Randy Newman too, who I love and does great work, amazing. But so that one, I would say like the concept kind of came first, like the idea of, and then from there I was like, yeah, I'll do like a, you know, kind of a standard, an old jazz standard, which I love. I have, you know, a couple fake books over here that I just love, old standards that they're just delightful. They're these little beautiful gems that have been crafted, just like the craft of them. So amazing. That's what I was aspiring to, you know?
Sure.
Should we do another one? How are we doing?
We're doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing quite well. I'm a little, I'm doing great.
Okay.
It's warm in my room, but I'm doing great.
Well, so there is Miss Brittany Parker wants to know if Andrew is taking requests. I gotta ask for Paper Plane.
Well, I might could do that. Yeah, I'm
but
into
Andrew, maybe we can do like one or two more songs and then leave it open for a few more questions. Does that sound okay? Or
how many did you say?
One or two? I mean, it's 5:40. It's 5:40 for us. But it's so
we've kind of hit our time. So, well, we have, right? But I'm happy.
We can go over. We can keep going. What's comfortable to you? Someone said, "Do it."
Do it. Well, I'll do the next Leap song I was going to do, and then we can see how we feel, maybe.
Sure, let's do that.
This because there's a couple Leap songs that I could do.
I'm not. I just whatever. I'm here all night, mostly.
This next song was. Well, we talked about like some songs came right away in Leap and some got developed a little later. And Amy Bruce, who so beautifully played Margie in Houston, will know this song was a Margie monologue that was later turned into a song. This is called Wine in a Restaurant. So Amy, you probably know like every word of this as a monologue, which is interesting. And here it is in song form, whatever that means. I drank a bottle of wine in a restaurant. I giddy, and I remember feeling like my father was standing over me, saying, waste not, want not. Why would you spend 4 times as much for a bottle you could get at Levi's Liquors and enjoy in the privacy of your own TV room? Because, Dad, it feels different when someone stands over you. You swish it in your mouth and swallow. And do you like the wine? And yes, that's fine. And then you have the fish. And your meal costs more than you used to spend in a week. And you don't blink an eye because blinking causes wrinkles. And you get sparkling water from a bottle from France because tap water's free and you have lots of money. Sometimes I would go to the ocean by myself and just throw handfuls of money in the water, and I enjoyed that much more than glasses clinking and my husband asking, do you like yours? Oh, yes. Do you like yours? Oh, yes. Sometimes I thought about throwing myself in the ocean along with all of those 20s. But I don't like the idea of fish nibbling on me.
Wow. It's hard to imagine that.
Because you,
yeah, like on stage. That's.
yeah. Do you remember that in
I
monologue?
do. I definitely do. I'm curious to know how, yeah, just the direction changed in that moment.
Well, right, because it was, I think we were looking for a place to develop another song.
Okay. Yeah.
And looking, and one of the first places we looked were kind of like big blocks of uninterrupted text to kind of see like, could these have a different life? And so this is one of the areas that Hannah and Tara were like, what about this section? This might be interesting. And so we tried it, and it's one of my favorite songs in the piece now, just because I just like the emotional journey that she goes on.
Mm-hmm.
It's really interesting to me. So it was very, very fun to work on.
It's great. I just, that entire monologue is.
Yeah, and it's a great,
yeah,
it's a great monologue. So
I know.
How can you go?
Okay, so I'm actually getting more song requests.
Wow.
I don't know how you want to handle this. I'll just let you know, and if you want to,
yeah, well, okay, so Paper Plane.
We've got Paper Plane, and Tony Andonoble says, and the Darkness song from GACC.
Whoa. That's a deep cut. I wish I could do that one. Honestly, Tony, and I love you, and I would love to do that song for you, but I'm not fully prepared. Plus, that song is kind of epic. So this is like from this piece we did in Greenwood Cemetery in Brooklyn, New York, and
oh wow,
chapel. At the end of this kind of like immersive touring piece, there was like a, like a little mini operetta, like a 10, 15-minute little piece that happens in this chapel. And yeah, and there's, yeah, and I really love that piece, and I would love to revisit it, but I'm not really prepared to do it right now.
She says, I get it, it's okay.
But I love the request.
And I love you, Andrew, she says, yes.
Oh, I love you, Tony.
Okay, well, another request came in, but I'm not gonna
Okay.
overwhelm you yet, or should I tell? Yeah.
Let's leave the audience in suspense.
Great.
I'll do another song, then we'll move around and we'll keep going.
Got some super fans over here.
Oh,
Okay.
well, I love these people. Okay, this next song, this is a song, speaking of like process and how people write songs, this one really snuck up on me. This one, I started a little too late at night. I was a little too tired. I don't know exactly where this song came from, but it was in me, I know that. But, and I think it's about my hometown, which is Wilmer, Minnesota, which is a little tiny town in Minnesota. And I have a lot of complex feelings about this little town. But this song is called God's Country, which is what a person I know in town, a family friend down the street, used to call Wilmer in the area. The morning news on the radio, Main Street alone again in my little railroad town. Turn on the sound of God's country, making me cry out loud without a sound and nothing to say, without a sound and nothing to say. Take me around in God's country. Take me out to the fairgrounds and let's hear those tractors really roar. Take me out past the high school and let's see those football players score once more. Let's go out past the diner and on to the prairie and out past the houses of girls we would marry and pray for nothing and pray for nothing. The morning news on the radio, Main Street alone again in my little railroad town. Turn up the sound of God's country, making me cry out loud without a sound and nothing to say, without a sound and nothing to say. Take me around in God's country. Take me around in God's country. Drive me around. Drive me around. Drive me around and get me lost.
Can we do this every month? Is that?
Yeah, I'd like that.
Really beautiful. Got a question.
Yeah, let's do it.
Do you front a band from Marianthi? Do you front a band, Andrew? And if so, what's it called?
Oh, great question. 1 second.
Oh, sure.
I have I have fronted bands and played in bands, but I don't have a band right now. I mean, not a regular band. I have lots of wonderful musicians who I get to play with occasionally, but I don't really have like a steady band right now.
Marianthi has a band.
That's
Maybe,
what I've heard.
you know.
That sounds like fun. I got to get back down to Houston. Houston, I had a great time in Houston.
Yeah. How was your experience in Houston?
It was awesome. I love getting to know like another place, and getting to spend, because I was there for what, 5 weeks or something, or 6 weeks?
More than that, I think. I think it was maybe 8 weeks.
Yeah. Uh-oh. I'm gonna fix my
Oh, no. Now we know the secret. Ah! Uh-oh.
It's really not that special.
Mmm.
I just wanted to create a visual feast.
It's worked very well. Yeah, 8 weeks in Houston. That was a lot of time.
Which was awesome. And when I was there, it was right after the hurricane had just kind of come through not so long ago.
Tamari's reminding me, Andrew, you came later in the process, so yes, it would have. Yeah.
Yeah. But still, I was there for a good spell, and it was awesome. Got to get it. I went to the rodeo, the big rodeo out there.
You did. The rodeo was.
Adam Adams went to the rodeo one day, and it was awesome and wild. And
I bet.
I saw mutton busting. Everybody told me I had to go see mutton busting, and I got it.
It's pretty entertaining.
Probably all the Houstonians all know what we're talking about, but anyone
Oh,
I had never heard of this.
Good point.
So, do you want to describe mutton busting?
I think I've only seen it once, but I'd love to hear your outsider's description.
How would I describe mutton? Well, so mutton, like sheeps. We're going to say sheep. They have multiple sheep, and they have, they have all these different events at the rodeo where they like ride bulls and giant horses and stuff, and that's all fun and good. But then at the end, they do this thing called mutton busting, and where they line up a bunch of little tiny kids, and I'm talking like 4 years old, 3 years old, little kids who are full on, like they got protective helmets and pads like little hockey goalies or baseball catchers or something. And then they take these kids one at a time and put them on top of a sheep. And then they like smack the sheep and make the sheep run really fast and see how long the little kid can hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Does that sound simple? That's a great idea. I mean, that's an inspired choice.
So, it builds resilience of some kind. Mm-hmm. But, the rodeo was canceled this year. Oh, no.
Wow.
No, it was like canceled halfway. But yeah, it was not a good scene. There was one more, before I lose it, there was one more song request. Interspecies love song.
Whoa. I've got my... See,
I'm gonna write these down.
When you hear these, that's an old jam. I love that song.
Okay.
Well, what do I say? I don't want to. Do I reflect on this song right now? Let me think about it. I don't really have it on the tip of my brain right now. But I would love to talk this song. I have my rooster cat shirt feet away from me in my closet. Brittany Parker made me this beautiful rooster cat shirt. Interspecies love song is a love ballad from a rooster who loves a cat.
I really hope you can find that one.
It's sort of a Prince-inspired slow jam.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
A lot of falsetto going on there.
I second that request.
The next song that I have that I was thinking to play for you, this is kind of a funny one. maybe perhaps an unusual choice because it is September. But this song is well, it's two things, this song. It is in part a Christmas song, which might be a strange choice for September, but it is also in part a birthday song. And as it was just my birthday, just the other day, August 31st, which makes me a Virgo.
Happy birthday, Virgo, interesting.
And Virgo's a great time to have a birthday because there's nothing else like so much competing with my birthday, and it's on the other side of the calendar from Christmas time, you know? So I don't have to compete with that. But my mother and my grandmother both have what they've always referred to as Christmas birthdays, right? So they have, like, my mother is December 29th, and my grandmother's December 26th. So like their whole lives, their birthdays get overshadowed by Christmas and like eaten up by Christmas, you know? So I was acutely aware of this phenomena, so I wrote them a song to fix the problem.
Aww.
The song doesn't fix the problem at all, but it sort of acknowledges it.
Let's go.
So this song, it's weird because it's a Christmas song, but it was just my birthday, so we're gonna do it. This is a very merry, happy Christmas birthday. It's the most wonderful time of the year for many things, like leaving out cookies for Santa and all of the carols we sing. But where birthdays are concerned, there's a few lessons I've learned, and no one remembers to say, have a very merry, happy Christmas birthday. And now I don't need to be the only star upon the tree. I just want a little place to shine that's just for me. And I don't need the world to sing my name aloud in song. No, I just want a birthday verse for me to sing along. So before Santa Claus jumps in the sleigh and Rudolph takes the party away, have a very merry, happy Christmas birthday. Oh, all the parties I've missed, all the double gifts, all the people who forget about my birthday, all the fine celebrations that defy my expectations, they forget about me. All for this little tiny baby, hey, oh. So before Santa Claus jumps in the sleigh and Rudolph takes the party away, have a very merry, necessary, a very merry, legendary, a very merry, happy Christmas birthday.
That's so sweet.
Well, I always wanted to write a Christmas song, but I didn't know what my angle was going to be. And then I was like, this is my chance.
I want to share some things in the chat with you. Just lots of love. First of all, lots of people would contribute to a monthly Lynch concert. So, and happy birthday from Marianthi. Hannah says, "Oh my gosh, I feel pure and blessed listening to this angel of a human man." Lots of just thank you and appreciation for this. Marianthi asks, "I know a couple of Capricorns that I'd love to send this song to. Have you recorded it?"
I'm preparing for this Christmas season. I will have a fancy version of this song available. So I will keep
Definitely
you
let us know.
posted.
Yes. Since we're coming up on the hour time, I'm thinking maybe we can do like one or two more songs.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm going to see if there are any more questions, and then we'll start to wind down.
Yeah. So I thought maybe I would do, we've got a couple songs that weren't Leap songs. So what if we did the final song from Leap, as we're getting close to the end of the evening.
Yes.
And this is a song called A Prayer. This is one that we made in the first pass of songs for the show. But I think it was not Margie's Heart. I think it was a prayer that maybe was originally conceived to be delivered as a prayer, as a benediction in the wedding at the end.
Right.
But we tried it as a song, and I think it does something nice there.
This is one that closes the play, right?
This closes the play.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is A Prayer from Leap and the Net Will Appear. In this room, there is an ocean of longing. In this room, there is a well of forgetting. There is a rule that is breaking. There is your hand on a lampshade. There is your hand. The light is turning out. The light is turning out. The darkness, the light is turning out, and I am not afraid. The light is turning out, and I am not afraid. That's such a beautiful piece of text. Hannah wrote such a beautiful thing. So it was, that's just a gift to a composer.
It's a gorgeous song, and lots of love in the chat for this song as well, including a sad crying emoji. And lighters up as well is thrown in there. So yeah, that's I love that song as well. Question. What are you working on currently? Why are you in La Jolla?
Oh, that's a good question. Why am I in La Jolla? Well, first of all, I will say La Jolla is a fine place to be. It's beautiful out here, but that's not why I came. I'm in grad school. It feels weird to say that. I am getting an MFA at UCSD right now.
That's awesome.
Look at this face.
I don't know why that feels weird to say.
Oh, okay.
That's rad.
It's cool. It's been cool. I'd always been curious about like teaching college, and this has given me an opportunity to do that while I learn some amazing new things.
Oh, you're teaching as well.
I've been like TAing as long as I've been here, which has been cool. And I actually just finished TAing a class on cult films, which was pretty fun. So I'm doing some grad schooly stuff. Actually, what I should do, I have a fun project that I did yeah, with a bunch of designers out at UCSD here, is a short animated space opera. Let's call it that.
What?
Yeah, I'll put it in the. If I put it in the chat, will that?
If you put it in the chat here, I will put it on the YouTube chat.
Yeah.
Oh, and what are you studying?
What am I studying? I'm studying composition and sound design in the theater department here. Which of course, yeah. So I've been very much working as a composer, but I had done less of the kind of some of the more technical sound design-y stuff. But of course, increasingly, people wear both hats, you know. So it's been cool. Plus, you know, knowing more of a little bit more technical chops. In 2020, those are also compositional tools, you know. Turns out this technology is amazing, and I wish I could show you my crazy
Your
little
setup. I know. I'd like to. I'm sure everyone would like to see.
Here.
Whoa, whoa.
There's me in the mirror.
So yeah.
And I have a little ring light here too, because that's what
You're so perfect. You're the real deal.
I'm ready to do some YouTube videos. That's what everybody has these ring lights now. I'll bet everybody watching this has a ring light at home.
I think Tamri just bought one. I should just get one just for the heck of it.
They're cool.
Yeah.
You can't get this nice even lighting look without one.
It's true.
It's funny now because when I walk around, I just see them all over. I see them in people's apartments everywhere I go. Everybody's got one of these things now. It's kind of funny.
I probably can't even get one anymore.
What?
I don't know. I'm guessing that's something that's maybe sold out now. Anyways,
Well, what am I doing telling people to get one? You want one?
Everyone's doing it.
Everyone's doing it. Quick.
So, did we? I think I've got all of the questions.
That's great.
Just lots of gratitude, Andrew, for your gifts that you're sharing with us tonight.
This is so wonderful, and thank you for sharing them with me. For all of you, and Shayna for communicating that with me. This has been really fun. I didn't know what to expect. This is my first Zoom live concert.
Ours too.
And this has been really fun. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to hop off again. Is this our last one or second to last?
Yeah, I think this would maybe be the last one, and maybe I would close with Paper Plane, which was requested earlier.
Which yes. Okay, so everyone, this is Andrew's last song. If you have any final burning questions, drop them in the chat. I can ask him after this song. And thank you so much, Andrew. I will
thank you.
Be back.
All right, so this song was requested. I think Brittany, did you request this one? I love this song, so let's do this one. I folded the paper on my bedroom floor, and I'd made a million, but I thought one more, because I knew when this one flew, I'd fly. I ran through the kitchen to the open air. I tested the wind from the highest stair. The sky was blue, and so I knew I'd fly this time. When I lie awake at night, I dream I'll drift away in flight, and gravity won't call my name, and ask me to explain. One more paper plane, one more paper plane. I jumped on my bicycle and pedaled hard down to the bridge over the train yard. The whistles blew as if they knew I'd fly this time. When I lie awake at night, I dream I'll drift away in flight, and gravity won't call my name and ask me to explain. One more paper plane, one more paper plane. I pulled back and threw that plane with all my might. It climbed through the atmosphere and out of sight. The sky was blue, as if it knew I tried this time. When I lie awake at night, I dream I'll drift away in flight, and gravity won't call my name and ask me to explain. One more paper plane, one more paper plane, one more paper plane, one more paper plane, one more paper plane. Now, one more paper plane. Now, one more paper plane.
I'm sad this is over.
Well, thank you so much for hosting me and being such a fine MC.
It was a joy. It was so much fun. Thank you for agreeing to try this out and you know, following through with the whole setup, and it sounded beautiful.
That's good to hear.
It looked great. Yes, it did. It sounded great. And thank you again. I shared your website, and I also shared your Instagram handle. Somebody asked, what are other ways that we can access your music, follow you, follow your work?
Yeah, so I update the website sometimes. I have a SoundCloud as well. You can find, like, I post a ton of things on there.
Okay,
and
great.
And also, yeah, and I included in the chat, I put the link to that
Yes,
space opera.
I shared. I shared
that.
that.
Was a fun project. Because I got to work with like a team of like visual designers and animators who made like a whole animated world.
Awesome.
Which is cool. Those are probably the best ways. Yeah, and I'll update those sources as more fun things come out. Especially now that, you know, we're all living in this digital world together. It's easier to share. You know, like this is the place. You know, we're not making things for local theaters right now. We're making things for internets.
Sure. Yeah, well, it's been really, really nice, and it was a treat too, just to hear, you know, songs that I personally hadn't heard. I was very familiar with the Leap songs, but this was really a delight. We just search Andrew Lynch on SoundCloud?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, lots of love from everyone. I think we're going to stop going live. So thank you so much to everyone who tuned in, and
Thank you all, everybody, so much for coming, hanging out with us and listening to some music. It's been a real pleasure. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thanks, everyone.